Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boy, it is a slow day today. It definitely wasn't a morning bite. We fished stand day last week, and of course, finally won stand day. But I think that's the first time ever. I don't know. I can't remember ever winning it before. But we had a pretty good morning bite last Sunday. Uh, we had maybe one bite this morning. Just it pecked on, it hit the rod pretty hard just one time, and that was it. So we'll stick it out. We'll give it. We'll just put fresh bait on the rods and baited them and threw them out. We'll give it an hour or so and see what happens. And if it just looks like it's just going to be god awful, we'll pack it up and call it, you know, whatever it is. But we're going to stick around for a little bit and see maybe because the fish may start biting and picking up. It's a really overcast day today. Been getting hit with little showers of rain off and on throughout the day. So it's not been real pleasant, should we say. I've been having to hide under a tarp half the morning just to keep getting the gear and everything all soaking wet. But let's turn the camera around, put it on the rods, and hopefully something will come along or something will wake up and feel hungry and get us a bite. Turn right here, and then I'll say hi to you guys, see how we're doing. There we go. Hopefully these fish will pick up. Like I said, it was a morning bite last Sunday, and we picked off a few fish. There was pretty decent fish, and then they just stopped. Well, it hadn't been so great this morning, so maybe they'll pick up a little bit later in the day. But we'll give it a little time and see what happens. The bite has been really tough on the Mississippi this weekend. We were down at Memphis, Tennessee yesterday. I was down there with the entire River Catch tackle crew, minus a few of the guys that didn't make it. And that tournament, I tell you what, those people were struggling to get on the fish. Biggest fish of the day yesterday was a 72-pound blue. Average fish after that was between 6 and 20 pounds. So not a great day on the river yesterday. And it's looking like it's going to be the same thing again today. But we don't give up. We'll keep a rod out. We'll fish for a little while, see if maybe they don't turn on. We'll find out. Let's say hi to everybody in the crowd right now. Let's see who we got in here. What did I do? Let's see here. All right, right off the bat, we'll say Chris Everett, first one in today. Chris, appreciate you, brother. Good to see you here. And one of my favorites and some great people, Thompson Outdoors and more. Love old Josh, and I'll tell you what, Shelby and Sierra, man, they remind me so much of my granddaughter. You can't help but love them. Great family there, and proud to see you. The Weekend Angler. We seeing Josh this next weekend. We'll be somewhere where we can actually catch some fish. How about that? We got the Crab Orchard meetup at Crab Orchard Lake in Southern Illinois. That's next weekend, guys. Chris and Telly are heading up Wednesday. They're going to be there early. I'm going to leave work on noon on Friday and head that way, and we'll be up there all weekend. Benoit will be at Crab Orchard Lake next weekend. And, man, I'll tell you what, it's going to feel good to get somewhere where you can get we're not going to be catching any giant blue cats or anything like that. But man, I just love going to Crab Orchard because you get a whole lot of fish, a lot of takedowns. It's a good quality channel cats. But keep in mind now, there's some monster flatheads in that lake. I haven't managed to get into one of them yet, but you know what? We keep going back. Eventually, we're going to. And I'm counting on some of these people that are a little better at targeting flatheads, being up there, and maybe we can see a really nice fish next weekend. Benoit's going to be there. I know they kill it on the flathead fishing, but they're going to absolutely love the channel cat fishing up there next weekend. They're going to have a time of their life, and I'm looking forward to seeing them and meeting them in person. I think pretty much everybody else that's going to be there, I've already met at some time or another. So Benoit will be one that I'm looking forward to. First time meeting them, and we're gonna have a great time. Mary Mercifer, my sister from Canada. I love you, sis. Appreciate you being in here. Woo, man! I tell you what, I hate these slow, draggy days and the gloomy, cloudy skies. And rain keeps coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. It's just aggravating. But we'll make the most of it. Maybe if we're really stubborn and stick it out, we might get on a fish here. How's it going today? Where there you go, Mary? Nubbies, hey Nubbies, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh boy, outdoors. I'll be fishing with Larry again soon. He's still healing up, but he's following doctor's orders, taking it easy, and that, you know what? Come think of it, Old Boy Outdoors is going to be at Crab Orchard Lake next Saturday, so I'll get to see him and check on him and see how he's healing up and how he's doing. But yeah, Larry Lissapy will also be at Crab Orchard Lake next weekend. Catfish Curtis, what's going on, buddy? I don't get to see Curtis very often anymore. He used to fish a lot. I know when Jody was back when she was really just getting started with her flathead challenge on Saturday nights. Curtis was man, he was an absolute regular. I think there was some years that he didn't miss a single night. Man, he fished every night. But yeah, Curtis, he's a good guy. Love him to death. Don't see him enough anymore. Chris Everett, Fanny Lissapy. Hey, Fanny, that's Larry's wife, Fanny, you guys. And I can't wait to see Fanny at Crab Orchard Lake next weekend. It's going to be a blast. Good to see you. Good to see you. Double hook angling. Dave! Got to do it. Got to do it. Are you ready? Oh, yeah. No, I don't know who that double hook guy is. Never heard of him. We got double hook angling rod holders right there lined up down through there. Now, I do have the old PVC pipe holding Black Betty because her handle's so long on her and she's got a couple weak spots in her that I have to go with the PVC on her to keep that handle from breaking off again. And as long as you know, the handle got broke off of her here a while back. We were over in Kentucky fishing, and it's fine. She works just fine. But I don't trust putting her in a regular rod holder because it puts pinch points on there that may snap that off again. So, yeah, we do use the PVC pipe on Black Betty down there. But all of our rest of our rod holders you can see down there are the double hook angling rod holders. I'm going to tell you what, they grab a hold of a rod, they hang on to it, they don't let it go. I don't care how hard the fish pulls. The rod holder right down there got me an 88-pound blue cat, my PB, and I had it shoved into the mud, and that rod holder did not budge a bit when that fish was putting everything he had on it. Those are great rod holders. Dave, I appreciate you for those rod holders. Even wearing your shirt today, buddy. All right, let's see here. Said hi to Chris and Double Hook in there, Benoit. Double Hook Dave. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Took me years to get down to Crab Orchard. Gonna take me twice as long to get him out of it. You ain't getting rid of me now, buddy. I'm hooked. I am hooked. And don't forget, you're making another screw up because the weekend, let's see, it's the weekend after that, I think. Yeah, the weekend after next, I'm going to be back on the boat with Josh Dunnigan. We're going to be fishing 2 tournaments at the same time. We're going to be at a new lake for me. First time Josh has ever took me there. We'll be at Rend Lake in Illinois fishing a channel cat tournament, but that we're also going to be fishing the Bets for Nets tournament, the Can You Beat Creole tournament. So we're going to be fishing 2 tournaments at the same time. That's not next weekend, but the weekend after that. I am really excited about that and looking forward to it. You know, it's always fun hanging out with Josh. Man, he really knows those lakes like the back of his hand. And when you're on the boat with him, if you don't catch no fish, they're just not biting. That's all there is to it. But I've never went out with Dunnigan and not caught anything. I've never skunked on Dunnigan's boat. That's an absolute fact. Rob Fox, what's going on? We're looking forward to hanging out with y'all. Cannot wait. It's gonna be a good time, Benoit. I promise you. You're gonna get to meet several of the folks coming up there. Like I said, you're gonna have Chris Telly there. You're gonna have Larry Lissipy, Old Boy Outdoors, gonna be there. Richard Clark Fishing Freedom, Jerry Parker from Parker Pursuits, Josh Dunnigan from the Weekend Angler, just to name a few. It's gonna be a good time. I think Parker, me and Parker, our number one plan for that weekend, we're gonna my campsite that I'm at. When I back my camper up in there, I've got water on 3 sides of my camper, and I can fish off the shore right there, right by my camper, in pretty much 3 out of 4 directions. And I think Parker's going to come up there, and we're just going to set up a few chairs right there at the campsite and throw some rods out and see if we can't get on a few of them channel cats right there at the campground. But we'll do some other stuff too. If I'm going to go out and try to catch a few more bullheads this week, useful as live bait. Oh, so there you go. So he's going to be trying to target some guys. Seriously, there are some, I don't know personally, but I take Josh and Christina Dunnigan have never steered me wrong. If they tell me there's giant flatheads in that lake, you can bet yourself there's giant flatheads in that lake. And well, you guys will have the opportunity to get on those and do it. And I'm pretty sure that me and Josh are going to be throwing cast nets. Anybody that's coming up there, don't worry about bait. Don't worry about having any bait. We're going to get a big cooler. We're going to fill it up for everybody, so they have plenty of bait when they get there. Things are heating up. No sleep. No sleep, Slime Nation. Big things coming. Lots of people. Good deal. MMB, have you ever went jug lining before? Yes, I have. I grew up jug lining, and I used to take my grandkids. I'll tell you what, you cannot have any more fun. It's not possible. Then you throw out a bunch of jugs and putting around in a john boat with a trolling motor with your grandkids on there. They absolutely love chasing those jug lines. That's something that you can do that is not only a productive way to get catch a lot of fish, but it's a fun thing to do with kids. The kids absolutely love watching those jug lines running and chasing them down and catching them. So yeah, I've done a lot of jug lining. Let's see, black catfishing. Morning, Danny, and everybody in chat. I hope you get a good one there. I'm really not too confident about us catching any fish today. Like I said, the bite is just like absolutely non-existent on the Mississippi right now. It's tough. It's real tough. That being said, we don't care. We throw a rod out anyway and hang out with folks and see if, you never know. I've seen times when you're sitting there and just nothing going on, and all of a sudden out of the blue, whack, bam, they go and they take off with the rod and you get something going. That's what we're hoping for today anyway. We'll see. If it don't happen, it just wasn't meant to be. But either way, we'll all get to hang out and spend a little time together. James, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Dallas Liebert, welcome in. Good morning to you, my brother. Good morning to you. Okay, everybody saying hi. Trying to get down here to the bottom. And I think we made it. You guys are coming down Thursday. I'll be down, like I said, I'm going to work Friday, but I'm going to take off at noon, and I will get there as quick as I can. Okay, I'll have to run home from work, get the camper hooked up, and then after I get on the road, it's about a 2-hour drive for me. So depending on how long it takes me to get everything hooked up, packed up, and loaded in the truck and ready to go, we should be there. We'll be there before dark. I'm almost sure of that. I'm hoping to be there sometime, maybe no later than 4 o'clock. I'm hoping a little earlier than that, but I always like to give myself a little extra time, you know, because I am pulling the camper and I'll have my wife with me, so I can't drive as crazy as I normally do. But don't worry, we will be there. Yeah, Billy Moonshiners, what's going on? Good to see you. I may have to change up these rigs a little bit. Last week, one thing I am doing different today than I did last Sunday. Last Sunday, I had the majority of the rods, three-way rigs, flat on the bottom, right on the bottom, and had one rod out that had a spook on it, a float. Today, I've got 3 rods out with the floats on them and 1 rod flat on the bottom. So we may need to take the floats off and get those baits down lower. I don't know. We're going to let it sit for a little bit and see what happens. I think the rain has pretty much cleared off of me. Thank God. It's been one of them gloomy, draggy, gets you in a, you know, just depressed mood with the weather this morning. But I'm hoping it clears off and things pick up a little bit. We'll see. As always, glad to have you guys in here. I hope I can get on a fish for you, but we're going to give it a good try. We're going to give it the old college try, you know what I'm saying? But I've had buzzards circling me all morning. They've been kind of coming off that ridge top and flying down here. That's never a good sign. They say the fish is so dead, the buzzards are circling. Let's see. Mad County Fishing pulling up to the river. Care if I hop in after get setting up, Danny? Oh, absolutely not, man. I'll drop a link for you. Just holler at me in chat when you're ready, and I'll drop the link. And yeah, you can come on up. As soon as you get set up, just holler at me in chat. And we'll get you out of here. Quiet Man Curtis, what's up, my brother? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I wish a fish would take a rod right now. It'd be nice. Y'all been fiddle farting all day long. Fish been sleeping. They don't want to do nothing. Hey, buzzards, Danny isn't dead. It just smells that way. Yeah, you got that right. Dude, I got soaking wet. I tell you what, it don't take long for you to get sour. But I don't stink right now. I tell you what does stink. All them dead carp floating around on top of the water, man. They thinned out quite a bit. There's not as many as there has been. But, man, for some reason, there's just been a lot of dead carp in the river lately. And that's kind of unusual for here. We usually don't see all of them. Got 34 people on YouTube, 1 on Facebook watching right now. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. May have to change those rigs up and see if we can get something to bite on the bottom. They're just not hitting those suspended baits today. I walked up down the bank a while ago. This river is still dropping, guys. That's not helping any either because we've been getting a little bit of rain here and there. It's not nothing real heavy coming up from the Gulf Coast around Louisiana. That storm coming up this way. Even with the rain we've been getting, it's not enough to change the water level here. The water levels are still dropping. I walked through the bank a while ago and managed to find several of my weights that I've lost over the last month. Picked up a few of them, got them back. And if you haven't seen the short video I put out this morning, got here this morning, you see that one rock that's out there in the water? Yeah. There was a little critter stuck on that rock. And he was trapped and couldn't get out of there. And we felt sorry for him. We saved him. We put out a little short 1.5-minute video this morning. If you want to check that out, we did a little critter rescue this morning. Oh, man. There is Hogleg. What's up, Hogleg? It says Hogleg Johnson. Hogleg Johnson. Now, is that the same hogleg that we all know, or is that a different hogleg? But yeah, we're waiting on uh, Matt County to get set up. And as soon as they give me the word, I'll drop the link. And we'll bring Matt County in here. Matt County, I guess you're putting in up here just upstream from me, I'm assuming. He fishes the same area I do. But we'll get him up here just shortly. Man, them rods are just laying there doing nothing. I think I'm gonna pull that first rod in. I got a piece of skipjack on there, and we may go with cut shad on there. Change the bait on that and see if that don't help some. Although I got shad on the other rod. Boy, them buzzards are really circling down there. There's probably a dead deer or something there. They might be eating them dead carp laying along the bank. I don't know. But yeah, we won't spend a whole lot of time out here today unless the fish start biting. We're gonna give it at least an hour. We may go two, depending. But I figure if we ain't got nothing on in an hour, it's pretty much gonna sum up the day for us. So we'll try that for starters and see how that works out. Let's see here. Danny just got permission to have a later checkout so we can stick around longer at Crab Orchard Sunday and fish stand day before we leave. Nice. Well, here's the thing, Benoit. I don't think checkout at oh, you're talking about at your B&B, yeah. The checkout at the campground where we're at is not till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But I forgot, you're gonna be at the B&B, so yeah, that's gonna be great. We're gonna do a mass takeover of stand day next Sunday. It's gonna be the Crab Orchard crew. I'm not sure what time Chris and Telly we're going to stay till. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure we can get them in there on that too. We'll see what we can do. But, Stan's trying to reach like, he set a goal of like 5,000 pounds of fish on stand day for the year. I think with all of us up there that we could probably help him out quite a bit. Getting a little bit closer to that goal. We're gonna give it our best effort. We'll try to help him out. See if we can get a few more pounds on the old stand day scale. You know what I'm saying? Get him a little closer to that 5,000. I'm sure we can help him out. Comes. Something else I've noticed today that's different. Last Sunday, we had a massive amount of barge traffic. And the barge traffic today has been pretty minimal. There's not many of them coming down and going. So I don't know if maybe it's just not turning up the water in this little eddy here like it was last week. Maybe that has something to do with them not biting so much. I really kind of think that it doesn't, because like I said, the bite's been pretty tough all over the Mississippi, from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way up to Perryville, Missouri, where Jerry Parker lives. The bite's been pretty tough. Although Jerry did manage to get on a nice 40-pound plus. It was over 40-pound flathead last night, and that was pretty cool. Oh, there went a little bitty bump on a rod right there. See, that little peck just don't do nothing but aggravate me. You're just aggravating me. That's the second bite we've had today, and he just tapped it. And I ain't so sure it ain't carp just running into the line. It may be. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, our Airbnb checkout was 10, but now we can leave after stand day. Crab Orchard Takeover. I like it. I like it a lot. Looking forward to it. Just it's gonna be like the cherry on top. It's gonna be the cherry on top of the cake. It's gonna be awesome. One little bitty old peck on the rod. I think I got shad on that one too. Yeah, I just got thinking about it. Um, if uh, if we've got too many people for Stand Day's channel, I can coordinate with Stan, and we'll just do that. We'll do Stand Day. It'll be a first time, I think, that we'll do Stand Day on 2 channels that day if we have to. And those fish that on the other channel will count towards Stand Day's weight too. Let's see. Word of warning: if you fish in the dark with Parker, expect him to get. Don't y'all worry about Parker. I'm look here. I'm gonna be the one that deals with Jerry Parker this coming weekend, so he doesn't put a whole lot of unwanted attention toward you, all you other people. Okay, I'll take one for the team, and I have to deal with Parker. I'll deal with Parker. Don't worry about that. I got a couple of tricks to slow him down. Usually, I just roll up a newspaper and swat him on the nose. That's one of the most effective ways to slow Parker down. That don't stop him. It just slows him down. But yeah, with Jerry Parker, you roll up a newspaper, give him a good whack across the nose every now and then, and you won't have as much trouble out of it. Burrito, catfishing lady, my PB buddy. What's going on, sis? Well, we're PB buddies, and that's the best kind. Nobody fooled with a buddy of mine. Old catfish catching, PB buddy of mine. One little tap on the rod we had a while ago. That is it. And like I said, I am not 100% convinced that ain't carp swimming and banging into the line when they're swimming through there in the big old school. They might be bumping the line. We'll leave them out there. See if something don't happen. Waiting on Mad County to get set up, and we'll bring them up on screen. Tell you while we're waiting, let's go ahead and change out. We got one rod that doesn't have shad on it, and I think we're going to change that bait out. We're going to put, you know what? I've got that big old skipjack head on there. I want to let that soak for a little longer. If the bite's slow, it may not be the bait. It may just be the bite slow. I want to leave that skipjack head on a little longer. It's been a very unusual year on the Mississippi this year. We have not had near the luck using skipjack that we normally have. Normally every year, skipjack is the go-to bait. That's what they're biting. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're after. But they have just not been that great on skipjack this year. They just had no interest in it whatsoever at all. I've caught very few fish on skipjack. They've mostly been on shad and carp. Don't worry, we're used to handing me in. We worked in a nursing home. Not saying Parker's old, but got experience. Yeah, Parker. Yeah, Parker's pretty old. Parker's an old pervert. Rowdy Royal, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. We're waiting on Mad County to get set up, and we're going to bring them up here, let them fish with us for a little bit. They're going to be, Mad County is going to be up, they're going to be somewhere over there, around that bend, going up around the bend. The Mad County's putting in. They're going to throw out a line and see if we can have a time. I can't finish that one. I painted myself into a corner. I didn't think ahead on it. Didn't have no rhyme coming with it. Fish, come on. These people show up every Sunday. They are dedicated and loyal. At least you can have the courtesy to show up too. It's going to be a slow bite. And then what is up with all these freaking buzzards? I actually thought about moving down there to that point, but I don't know what my man. You move a phone here just like 10 feet, and you lose this. This spot is really the phone signal. It sucks. There's places here where you can move the camera 10 feet to the left or right or back and forth, and you'll actually start spinning the little circle of death and losing signal on it. It's not a good spot for phone signal, I'm telling you. Sometimes it's real robotic, sometimes it's crystal clear. But the majority of the time, this spot is just not a good phone signal spot. Been live for 32 minutes and had one tiny little tap on the rod. Now, it's not a question of is there fish out there in that eddy? They're out there. They're just not eating. Oh. Gonna be a cool night. Just let me hold you by the firelight. If it don't feel right, you can go. And go they will. They say, this sucks, I'm out of here. We may have to reel up like one rod and walk down to that point down there and see if we'll check the signal and see if it's okay. And I want to hit the very, very, very back edge of this eddy and see if that makes a difference. I'm just wondering if that'll do it. You might just have to hit that certain sweet spot where the fish are at. You never know until you try. Gonna have to break out the hot sauce. Ain't done that in a while. Parker Pursuit. What happens on the Parker barge stays on the Parker barge. Thank God for that. Catch fish with us. What's up? Let's see. I'm here now. Go ahead and catch some fish, bro. I'm trying, sis. I'm trying. I don't care how much you know about fishing and how good a bait you got. Man, if them fish just ain't want to do nothing, they just ain't gonna do nothing. That's all there is to it. I'm not sure what the barometric pressure is right now. Couldn't tell you. I don't know if we're in a high or a low. Post front fishing. A lot of times I like to fish right before a front. Seems like it's better. But right after, nah, it tends to suck a little bit. They don't care though. We ain't afraid to try. I've been seeing some white bass chasing little small bait fish right at the edge of the water around these rocks. I thought about going up and getting a spinning rod and putting some kind of jig or something on it and working the edge of the water to see if I can't get on some of them white bass. But that requires me standing up and throwing the rod out, reeling it up, throwing it out, reeling it up, throwing it out. Nah, it don't sound like a whole lot of fun to me. I'm like, ah, I'll pass on that one. All right, let's put a shad on that first rod. I'm going to take that skipjack off there. Got that in that current. That one. I threw that rod out there in that really, really fast current. I bet I wind up regretting that. It's going to drag it right down in there into them big rocks, probably. But that gives us a rod out in a in a different area of the river. We're fishing them other three rods up in this eddy, and that first rod closest to us, I threw it out in the fast, fast, fast water just outside of the eddy. Maybe there's some fish hanging out there. You know, if what you're doing ain't working, try something different. So we'll give that a shot and see what happens. They may be out there in that fast water. Back up here. I got the brightness turned down on my camera because my battery is getting eat up real fast. So I turned the brightness down. Tip I got from Aaron Elliott from Catfish Regulators. It does save your battery, and your battery starts charging back up a little better. But man, it makes it even harder to see this screen. Cujo, what's up, buddy? Happy Sunday, Mr. Stone. Best of luck, buddy. Get a Hondo, man. I'm trying, brother. I'm a little bit discouraged from like I said, watching the tournament yesterday or being down there during the tournament. Man, I mean, those guys were struggling to get on fish. I'm telling you. And when you got professionals, professional catfish people, tournament anglers that come from all over the country, and they're struggling that hard to get on fish, you can imagine how tough it's going to be just to come up here, walk up on the bank and throw a rod out and think you're just going to kill them. You know what I mean? Small water charter. What's up, John? That's Jon. Don't y'all put a H in there. Get the H out of here, because he don't spell his name that way. He spells it Jon. Get the H out of here. Well, at least it's not raining on me anymore. And there's a warm breeze blowing. Where's that coming from? I don't know. But the skies are starting to clear off a little bit. It's looking a lot better as far as weather goes. It was cloudy as it could be back that way a while ago. It may turn out to be a pretty day. Another dead carp floating by. Stinky McGee. Don't stop here. Keep on floating. Just keep on floating. This is a no dead carp zone. We don't want you. Go somewhere else and stink up the. Man, he gonna stop right. I'm gonna go push that carp off into the water to keep him going. Now, I don't want him. I got one hung up on my line a while ago. That was not fun. Having to shake that old rotten carp off there. Man, he gonna park right there. I don't think so. We gotta get rid of that carp. That thing stinks. Come out of here. Hang on to that. I better hang on to that stick. That's my dead carp poking stick. Now he's floating on out of here. He'll go on down somewhere else. He's actually going. The current of the river flows this way. But like I said, we're fishing in the eddy. And so when you see something out here floating, there's another dead carp there. It floats around in a circle right here and just stays there forever. I don't know if any of y'all was watching last year, but I was fishing this spot and there was a dead deer floating in the water. That deer came by us 12 times with legs sticking up out of the water like that. Deer floating around. But the thing about it was, every time I was like, man, I don't want that dead deer here. That's nasty. But every time he'd float over the lines, I'd catch a fish. He had all kinds of little wiggly stuff falling off of him. I guess he was chumming the water and the fish were just following that dead carcass around the water. But every time he'd go over, yeah, the rods would go down. I'm like, man, I hope that dead deer comes by again. It's going to get better, brother, like October lull for deer. Yeah. You know, I almost got up this morning and went deer hunting instead of fishing. I came real close to it. It was like I flipped a quarter like 3 times. I thought, all right, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. And I came real close to going deer hunting this morning instead of fishing, but I don't know. To me, it's a lot, as much work as it is getting all this gear down here and setting up. It's still not as much work as going out there in the deer woods and shoot the deer because I go out there with a compound bow, shoot him, and then you got to drag it all the way across the property to get him back to the truck. Then you got to spend all night cutting him up, packing him, and getting the meat put up. Just not in the mood for that kind of work on a Sunday. I'm not. We'll just let them lines soak, see if something happens. Like I said, I don't have high expectations, but I do have hope. I always have hope. May not have expectations, but I have hope. Sometimes hope is all you need. I guarantee you, I got a better chance right there. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. Want some cheese with that? Well, I ain't whining. Man, if you want to see me whine, you tell me when I'm at home, tell me I can't go fishing. You'll see some wine then. I wish it was legal to use bass for bait. I'd chop one up right on the screen right in front of you just because, you know what I mean? But we can't use bass here, unfortunately. That'd make my day. John from Small Water Charge come up here and get a cutting board out and throw a largemouth on it and chop him into chunks. How you like that, big boy? Oh, look, there's his head. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and a thing called love. I love fishing. I love it more when they're biting. Oh, oh. Big boy, not sure you could catch. Not sure you could catch a bass. I used to bass fish all the time. Um, there's actually a lot of small uh, I call them ditches or creeks or whatever around here. Dude, I guarantee you, in the summertime especially, you take a spinner bait and go underneath that bridge and you throw around them pylons, man, them bass are easy to catch. They just slam them spinner baits. They love them. But what I usually use a crappie, it's actually a crappie spinner bait. It's called a micro jig. For some reason, they'll hit that faster and harder than they will the bigger spinner baits and stuff. I guess because all the small minnows and stuff in the ditches right here, that's what they're used to eating. But yeah, man, I can light some bass up. That bass is easy. Ain't nothing to it. I guess that's why there's so many professional bass fishermen because it's so easy to catch them. Y'all see me poking John. You see that, right? I'm poking him, man. He's probably walking around the house right now, kicking a chair or something. Bass fishing ain't easy. It takes a lot of work to bass fish. It does, John. I'm just picking at you. You started it. Whoo! No bites today. No bites today. I don't know. I might have fished this spot out. I don't care. Ooh, man, it's starting to feel good now. The clouds are clearing off. It's going to turn into a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Man, I may go home and barbecue this afternoon. I don't know. I kind of want to. Go and put some pork steaks on the grill. Uh-oh, uh-oh. There went a little tap. There went a little tap. It's all, that's 2 taps already. That's all they're doing, just tapping it. What's all this tapping bull crap? Make me start twitching in my seat when you do that. It just ain't right. You need to grab that bait and bend that rod. Quit screwing around. I ain't got patience for that. I don't think it was catfish. I think that's carp running into the line and bumping it. Lord knows there's a bunch of them out there. They keep coming to the top, flopping. Well, man, I'll bet you got a bunch of dang carp out there bumping into the lines. Stupid carp! Stop messing with my emotions. I have a low tolerance for it. Misplaced country girl, what's a going on? How you doing, Denise? Finally got the garden harvested for the day. You still picking out that garden? Those carp are dying to see me. You, boy, there's a lot of them too, brother. I ain't kidding you. I mean, if you want to see a lot of dead carp, you go over to Kentucky Dam and go right below that dam. Man, there's like hundreds and thousands of them floating around dead everywhere. You don't see that often here, so I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what's killed all them carp. But we sure have a lot of dead carp this year. There ain't no dam nowhere near here. Closest dam, that's the thing. The closest dam is in Alton, Illinois, way upstream. Did you know from Alton, Illinois, there's not another dam on the Mississippi all the way to the Gulf Coast? Not a one. Not on the Mississippi, there ain't. There's some like on the side rivers and stuff like that. They have the Chapelai and stuff like that. But there are no dams on the Mississippi River from Alton, Illinois, all the way to the Gulf Coast. There's times I wish we had a dam around here. It'd probably make for a little better fishing situation. But really ain't no need for it, to be honest with you. I mean, a hydroelectric dam would be nice. But I don't know where they'd put it at. This river's so dang wide. I mean, good God, it's a mile across there. You gonna put a dam up a mile across the river? And then when this river floods, you're in deep doo-doo, because I don't think you can open that dam up and let that water out as fast as the river would put it on you. It's just not feasible to have a dam here, although I wish they did. Oh, there's fish tailing on top of the water. That might have been a gar. Don't know. Or if I got any snagging hooks. I'm trying to snag some of them gar. Carp. Boom, 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 boom. You see anything from Mag County yet? Oh, I want to see dead carp. Get yourself that. I don't. You know what? They could get rid of all these invasive carp. They come in here and tell me so we can get rid of all of them right now with snapping our fingers. I say, snap away. Get to snapping. Make it snappy, Pappy. I wish all these invasive carp were gone. I don't have no use for them. I mean, you use them for cut bait, but as far as that, they're a nuisance, man. They're a pain in the keister. Want no part of them. There's another invasive species. Get on out of here. It's an Asian beetle. Where'd he go? Right there. And them things will bite the snot out of you too. But we don't want those here either. It looks like a ladybug, but it ain't a ladybug. Catfish regulators member for 23 months. Aaron, Lisa, what's going on? What's that say? Let's go big fish time. I wish, dude, I'd be happy if I caught a little fish right now. I've had 2 or 3 little bitty bites today. That's it. They are not in this spot today. This was a great spot last weekend. Not so much today. Just don't believe it's going to happen for us. We'll keep some baits a soaking though, and keep trying. Hey, the barge traffic's starting to pick up too. Maybe that'll help out some. I don't know. Lisa Elliott, good afternoon, good luck. Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate you, sis. Those damn beetles raided my plants this year. I know, dude, they're terrible. And dude, like in our camper, we have to make sure we keep it sealed up because those things will get in there and they'll just like swarm on the windows and stuff, and you can't hardly get them out of there. You spray bug killer on them, then you're sweeping them up and vacuuming them up. I mean, talking thousands of them. Them things are pain in the butt. Oh, we're fixing to make a change with Black Betty. I'm gonna take that spook off of her and put just a straight 3-way rig on the bottom, and I'm gonna throw it back out there in them rocks like we did last time. Let me get her reeled in. We're gonna change some rigs up. We're gonna just go with a straight 3-way rig. Get that off of there. See if that makes a difference. Don't get me wrong. Um, you got different times, different situations when you're going to use that kind of rig. And sometimes you got to change it up. And like I say, if what you're doing is not working, do something else. We're just going to take that off there real quick. Cut that. We'll go ahead and disassemble this rig. You know what? I'm not going to take that rig apart. I'm going to keep it. I'll tie up another rig real quick. Oh, Shad head looks a little washed out too. Feed him to the gar. Let's hang that rig off to the side right there. Then we'll just tie up another rig real quick. Let's see what we got here. I need. First off, I got a brand new pack of the River Cat's Tackle Crimson Red hook. I'm going to go with the Crimson Red on there. There's a wide gap 8/0 hook. I'm going to go with that. Let's get that tied on there. I just picked these up yesterday down in Memphis. I met up with John Cyclone and the rest of the River Cat's Tackle guys down there. And restocked my red hooks. I was about out of them. Where's my leader line? There it is. I'm running 80-pound monofilament leader. This stuff is not fun to tie either. I ain't kidding you. It's hard to tie a knot in this 80-pound line. Stuff's pretty stiff. But we'll do what we can do with it. Cut that off there. Where's my strap go? No, there it is. All we got to do is add a hook. We already got the swivel and the weight on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just no knot snail on here real quick. Pull that tight. Nip off that tag in. The only thing I don't like about using straight on the bottom rig is I'm going to probably lose it in rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, man. I tell you, it's hard to tie this 80-pound mono leader, man. This stuff's stiff. It's almost like wire. Oh, I got that hook in my leg. Dadgummit. Oh, God, that hurt pulling that out. All right, just like that. Put all my stuff up so I don't lose it. All right. Now we just got a straight 3-way rig on there. Get it paid and pull it out. Oh, that hook's sharp. All right. If all else fails, we always try that. We'll just put on a straight on the bottom rig and throw it right into those rocks down there. If they don't catch a fish doing that, then I can tell you right now, we are not going to catch nothing today. Because that tactic right there is something I try to avoid because I hate throwing in them rocks. But that's always your last resort to try to catch a fish. Let's see here. I'm going to have to turn the brightness up on this phone. I can't see the screen at all. Working on it, working on it. That's better. Okay. Downtown Ernie Brown. What's up, Ernie? Man, Ernie, he's been working on getting better, man, getting his health back to where he needs to be. And I missed old Ernie out fishing, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Hopefully he can get out there pretty soon. Get back into action, brother. The way fishing's been going for me lately, I need all the help I can get. I need you out there. I need you out there. Danny, is Coda and Stacia coming to Crab Orchard? I don't think Coda's gonna be able to make it because she's in, she was being homeschooled, but they started back going to a public school now, and they just started back in there, and I don't think Stacia wants to pull her out class that day to make it. Stacia is supposed to be coming. She's just waiting to see. She'll know last minute whether she's gonna be there or not. But you don't need them, though. You got me. And that's more than you need right there, I guarantee it. Let's see here. Hoping my garden canning slows down so I can go fishing. Well, I'll tell you what. If I had a garden get in the way of my fishing, I'd have a lot of rotten vegetables. You gonna pick them maters or what? No, I'm going fishing. They can rot on the vine for all I care. Now, I love a good garden tomato, but I love fishing just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no tomato gonna get between me and fishing. I promise you that. It ain't gonna happen. Just don't know. Girls are, they're gonna try to go. Like I said, I don't think Coda's gonna make it, and she's pretty upset about it. She wanted to take off of school and come, but her mother told her, said, "No, you don't need to miss no school. You just started. I mean, they just started back in the public school. They were getting homeschooled, and I'm really proud of Coda. Uh, she's making straight A's except for science class. She got a B minus, and that's because she missed a project uh, that counted for a big part of her grade. Which I'm gonna say it wasn't fair because uh, they did the project before she started back to the class. I said, can't you like prorate that, and base her grade on when she started, and not something y'all were doing before she got there? And they're like, no, that project is half the grade or part of the grade, whatever. But she did pull a B minus off in science, so I'm proud of her. Other than that, she's got all straight A's in school, which is really impressive to me because most kids, when they've been homeschooled for so many years, um, I'm just assuming that it would be a kind of a tough transition to going from homeschool to going to a public school. I don't know. Let's see here. Jerry, you got me thinking I need to get out at 4 a.m. this morning. Oh, that's Mark, catfish and crappie. I couldn't see to read the name. What's going on? Yeah, Jerry did get on a nice flathead last night. Like I said, we stopped on the way home from Memphis and pulled up on this bridge, and I threw the cast net and got him some carp because he was wanting to go fishing, but he didn't think he had time to go catch bait and go fishing. I said, man, we can get you some bait real quick. Don't worry about it. We got you. We got you. And got to the house, and I threw a trash bag in a bucket and dumped all them carp in there, and then dumped a bunch of ice on them and closed it up. And we threw him in the back seat of his car, and off he went. The next thing I know, he sent me a picture of a dadgum flathead. Catfish regulars for $10. Boom! Thank you, Aaron and Lisa. I appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. I'm going to need that for gas money. It's getting tight. My wife said, you know how much you're spending in the next 3 weeks? Because yesterday, we drove all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee, and went to the Bass Pro Shops and went down there for the Mississippi River Monster Tournament. Of course, we set up the booth and everything like that and hung out with all the guys from RCT. So I drove all the way to Memphis yesterday, burned a whole tank of gas. I got to go to Crab Orchard next week, going to burn a whole tank of gas. And then I got to go to Wren Lake the week after that and burn a whole tank of gas. She said, that's 3 weeks in a row that you're burning 3 tanks of gas to go fishing. She goes, you got to slow down. I said, I can't slow down now. I'm not committed. I'm committed to it. I got to go. I got to go. If I tell them folks I'm going to be there, I'm going to go. If I have to walk to work, I will. I don't care. I'm making them trips. Don't you worry about that. Danny will find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And I've got the wheel. So I'm going to make my way. There went another little peck on that second rod there. But I think, seriously, guys, I think that is carp swimming into the line and bumping the line. I don't think that's catfish biting. I think it's some danged old carp. I'm almost certain of it. I see you got out from under the tarp. Any fishing? Not a one, Stan. At least I'm not getting rained on, though. The skies are clear, brother. It's beautiful. Look at that. I got clear skies and still no fish. I ain't caught the first fish yet today. But that's okay. I'm not getting rained on, and I'm on the river. So, I feel pretty good about it. I just want to feel better, you know what I mean? I always feel good when I'm out here on this river. I always feel better when I catch fish. So we're shooting for better. We're good, but we want better. It said, what did he say? Thinking about hitting the creek below the house to catch some ditch pickles for supper. Do it. Do it. Catfish and Coffee could shorten my name or call me Denise. Oh, that is a lot to type. Let's see here. Chris Everett, blah, 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 blah. Lisa and Aaron's bird watching channel. Go sub. They're on a couple away from going live. I didn't know they had a bird watching channel. I'll definitely check that out. Hey, as much as Aaron have done to support my channel, you bet I'm gonna do everything I can to be there for them. So they got a bird watching channel. I'll have to go scroll back through this. Hold on, who posted that? Let me see here. Chris Everett, can you send that link to my to me on Messenger, or somebody that's got me on Messenger? Send that link to Aaron and Lisa's bird watching channel. Send that link to my Messenger so I won't forget it. I definitely want to check that out. Okay, just a thought. guys, just wondering, do you guys ever get bears in your area? What are you doing this kid? Um, we don't have a really big bear population around here, and right here where I'm at, the area I'm at, um, there's some places that I deer hunt about 40 miles from here that we've got a small population of black bears, but generally they don't bother you. They'll get into your trash and stuff if you don't put it up proper. But as far as being any kind of threat in any other way, they're really not. Have a bear in our neighborhood right now. I'd be eating bear steak. You ever had bear steak? They're good. Y'all, let me try to refresh this screen because it's messing up on me. Y'all give me just a second. I'm going to hit refresh. Better. I've had all kinds once. I've had bear steak one time in my life, and it wasn't bad. Wasn't too bad at all. I mean, I'm not going to break my neck running to the table to eat it, but it wasn't bad. Quite a few in Ohio showing up last few years. Now, we don't have a big bear problem here. Our biggest problem is coyotes and bobcats. Which, I mean, I've got 10 acres of hunting ground 3 miles out of town, and I've got a bad coyote problem up there. I went up there and found like three little fawn deer that they took down and killed, and so before long I'm gonna be going on a coyote thinning out trip. I'm gonna go thin them coyotes out. Buffalo steak is awesome. I don't know about the steak, but I love the wings. Buffalo wings. I love those. I ain't had no buffalo steak. Catch a piebald. Man, I wish I could get a piebald right now. It'd make the whole day worth sitting here doing nothing. They are in this area, I can tell you that. In this spot here, though, I've only caught one piebald here, and that was actually Creole had a live stream going, and I was up on panel fishing his channel, and I caught a piebald right here in this spot. But that was on Creole Catfishing channel. So yeah, I actually caught I'm trying to think some people's channels that I caught. Well, of course, we caught a piebald on Stand Day. I caught a piebald on Creole's channel. I think most of the rest of them were all on my live streams, though. But there's two people that I have caught piebalds on their channel. That's Creole and Stan. We're loaded with coyotes, bobcats. We are too, man. I mean, they're thick here. When I drive home from the river at night, well, that's actually that land you see over there. That's a big peninsula coming out of Kentucky, and it's Missouri on this side of that land. And if you go on the other side of that land, the Mississippi River curls around like that, and it's got Missouri on the other side of that. So this is one of the places where Missouri is on both sides of Kentucky. I'm on Missouri on this side, and if I go to the other side, if I drive 40 miles around that way, I could be in Missouri again and have Kentucky is in between those two places. What was the point I was making? I completely lost track of what I was saying. I don't know. That train was going somewhere, but it derailed. Oh, I remember. Anyways, when I go to that spot over there, and I drive home, if I'm fishing at night and I'm driving home, I'll see at least 2 bobcats on them back roads coming out of them woods. They'll cross the road and go up into the tall grass. They're up there chasing mice and stuff, I guess. But every time I fish at night and I leave out of them woods over there, I'll see a bobcat. There are so dadgum many of them. They're that thick that you can pretty much bet you'll see at least one if you drive out there after midnight. It's gonna be a cool night. Just let me hold you by the firelight. If it don't feel right, you can go. Hey, my battery's going up. That's good. Dave Mozart, what's up, buddy? Fishing and cooking with Mike Chavez. What's up? Now you come in here you just say his name, and now I'm freaking hungry. Dadgummit. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I love Mike Chavez to death. But man, he always seems to come in my live stream when I ain't had no breakfast or nothing like that. And every time you think of Mike Chavez, do you think about food? You can't think about Mike Chavez and not think about food. Now I'm sitting here starving to death. I'm gonna have to drink a dang Gatorade just to curb my hunger. Thanks, Mike. But you know what? I don't care. You're welcome in my live stream anytime. I don't care if I'm hungry or not. Parker's gonna be eating bass for supper. Gonna give some largemouth bass and eat it for supper. I bet that makes John happy. I know it makes Lyle Stokes happy. He says eat them all. Eat every one of them. Yeah, what if I got to get a drink? Yeah. Yep. There's my lunch. Freaking Gatorade. Yeah, I need to lose some weight anyway. Now you think as much time as I spend sitting out here on this river, because I don't eat when I'm fishing. I just don't. But you think as much time as I spend on this river not eating that I'd lose weight? But the problem is when I go home, if I missed 4 meals, I'll eat 5. Did you been so long? You been gone so long you missed 4 meals. Fine, I'll eat 5 and make up for it. Yeah, me and have you guys ever ate at Wahlburgers? Um, I had never had Wahlburgers before, and me and Jerry Parker and Richard Cluck uh, in Memphis yesterday, and we went to Wahlburgers, and man, I tell you what, that's one of the best burgers I've had in a long time. But they're proud of them. That daggum hamburger was $29. I've almost had a heart attack. I said, I got to start looking at them prices. I called my wife. I said, how much money have I got on my credit card? Because this kind of thinking Wahlburger fixing to wipe me out, man. She goes, oh, shut up. You got it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, all right. But I got home. She said, I can't believe you spent $29 on a hamburger. I said, I can't either, but I ate it all. But it was a good burger. Yeah, I demolished a $30 hamburger yesterday. I ain't starving. I told him, I said, after eating that hamburger and paying $30 for it, I ain't eating again for 2 days. You know, no way I'm paying. I didn't want to either. I didn't look at the price. I was dumb. And when they brought the check, I'm like, holy crap. I said, are y'all gonna bring me a gold watch to take home with me that says Wahlburgers on it? I mean, that burger was probably one of the best burgers I've ever ate in my life, but man, it wasn't $30 good. I can tell you that right now. All right, Mack County, ready to rock and roll. All right, hang on, let me send you the link. We're gonna get Mack County up here, guys. Just give me just a second here. Okay. All right, Mack County, I think there's, see, did it post? Yeah, there's the link. Mack County, hit that link. I'll wash the basement for you. Get up here and help me out, man. I need you to help me catch some fish. Oh, hold on. Hang on. Betty's getting hit. Betty's getting hit. That's what I hate about fishing in them rocks. He took that down. I reeled down on him, and he's got me hung up. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and see if he'll come out of there. But yeah, that's he started taking it down. He's on there solid. Oh, come out of them rocks. Come on, man. Oh, good grief. First good bite of the day. I mean, he was bending that tip down. I reeled down. I felt him pull. Then all of a sudden it got to a dead stop. I got about 3 turns on that handle. That's all. There you go. He's moving the rod again. He just barely bumped it. Come out of them rocks, man. Come on. Oh, I can walk downstream and see if I can get downstream and try to pull him out of there. I don't know. He's definitely on there, though. Come out of them rocks. I hate fishing in them cotton picking rocks.
What's going on?
What's up, man, County?
Trying to get this camera turned around.
Okay. I've got a fish on, but he's got me tied up in the rocks, man. I mean, as soon as I dropped that link to you, I looked over and that rod was getting hit. And he bent it over, and I reached over, and I reeled down on him, and I felt him pull like 2 times, and I started reeling, and then it just come to a dead stop. No. Did I lose him? He got to hit that link again. He must have kicked himself out. I'm going to give him a few minutes, guys, and I'm going to walk downstream with that rod and see if I can't get him out of there. Because I guarantee you right now what he's doing is he's just wrapping me up more and more and more. If they don't pull you out of the rocks real quick, they put you in them worse. There you go. You're back.
There we go.
He did it again. Keep on trying, brother. We're going to get you in here eventually. I wonder if he knows he kicked himself out again. Dadgum that fish. First fish of the day, and he's going to pull that crap on me. Come on back, man. If I can get him in here and get him on panel, I'm going to go grab that rod and I'm going to walk way down there on that point and see if I can pull the other way and get that fish out of there. I hate the rocks. You got a little slack in that line. I don't know. We ain't give up yet. We're going to try to get him out of there. I don't know what button you're hitting, but quit doing it.
Trying to get this stupid camera to flip around.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna get it.
All right. As soon as you get your camera set up, I'm going to run down and grab that rod and run downstream. It's actually upstream. And I'm going to try to pull that fish out of them rocks. But I'll make sure you're set up and good to go. There you go.
Are we good?
You're good. All right. Get on the fish. I'm going to go try to get this one. I'll be right back.
All right.
I had to break him off. I couldn't get him out of there.
What's going on?
There you go. I wound up having to break him off, man. I could not get that fish out of it. I'd drop slack and he would take slack, and I'd pull it back, and I could feel it whenever he got to the rocks. You just feel him just flopping down there, and feel him pull it, but I could not get him out of that rock. So I guess he had it wrapped around, and whenever I'd get him slack, he could take it, but I could only pull back the same amount that I had. I just couldn't get him past that. But we'll rig up another rig real quick. We're gonna throw right back in them rocks, because I guess that's the only way we're gonna catch a fish today, if we can get it out of there. We'll give it our best try. All right. Let me find what I'm looking for in this tackle pack. Are you around on Dawson Point, or are you there close to New Madrid?
What's that?
Are you around there on Donaldson's Point?
I'm outside Perryville.
Oh crap, dude, you ain't nowhere near me. You're up there around Parker.
Yep.
I thought you down here. You up there in Parker land.
Yep. Just wish I'd see some of the fish he does on the end of his line. That's what I
They're
had
in
with
there.
last night.
Oh, I can catch fish just as big as Jerry Parker, just not as often. he catches more of them than I do.
Oh, I hear you.
We just rigged up, and we'll try this again. Love to catch some. Where's the end of that freaking leader line? There it is. All right, first fish of the day, and we lost it. I'm just happy we got one to bite at this point. What do I do with them hooks? There they are. But I mean, you notice I sat here all day long and wasn't catching nothing. But the minute I go ahead and say screw it and throw that right into that rock pile, you just start getting fish start taking it down. It's just so hard to get them out of there.
So that's what you did last Sunday, wasn't it? On that one hammer Black Betty?
Yeah. You know, probably about, I'm going to say 40% of the time, if you just let it sit, they'll come out on their own. But a lot of times they won't. They'll just wrap it up more. If they're down there a piece of concrete with the rebar sticking out of it, they just go around and around and around. And all you can hope for is they go around and around the other way and get it off there. But most of the time they don't.
Yep, I had a similar situation last time I tried this spot.
And get this tied up. We're going to bait up and get back out there. But I took that float rig off there with that spook on it, and The last time I was here, they were hitting the float rig. They hitting the lines with the spook on it. This time they want it right on the bottom.
It's like, can you even see my rods?
Yeah.
Well, let me turn my camera around. Every time I get it to, it kicks me out when I try to go back to the main screen.
Yeah.
I had to flip my whole phone around. I'll get it figured out one of these days.
I've
Yeah,
almost got this
usually I'd
rig
be
made up.
underwater
Whoop.
right here, but she's
Do what?
going dry. I said, usually I'd be underwater right here. She's going dry.
I know, dude. Even with the little bit of rain we got, it's still dropping here.
Yep.
It's down I was here last weekend, this spot, and it's down a foot since last week.
I think it said 4 foot last night when I was sitting with Jerry. We was talking after he caught that flathead.
Yeah.
Me and another buddy took his boat out last night for 4 or 5 hours. Had a few good hits, but no commitment.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah, we had like 9 rods out too.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Normally I'll run at least 6 rods, but when you're in a spot like this right here where you just keep losing rigs, I'll cut it down to 4, sometimes even 3 and 2, because it makes no sense to have that many rods out because you're just losing more gear. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, 4 is my
All it
limit.
does is make you lose gear faster. Sometimes you just got to slow down and do what you can do with it. I've almost got this tied up. I'll have it ready to throw out here in just a minute. And I'll tell you what, this time I'm going to throw it out. If I see that fish even tapping on that rod, I'm going to run down there and reel up on it and get him away from that bottom and get him away from them rocks. Because if you wait until they're hooked up, they'll dive down there and go right in them rocks every time. You got to get them hooked and get them up off the bottom and get them away from that crap as fast as you can. It's the only shot you got at getting them out of there most of the time. All right, that's ready to go. Let me bait it up. I'm going to throw it right back out there.
Get on them.
All right, it's back out there again. Threw it right back in that same crappy spot. What in the heck is that rod doing? PB catfishing. Paul Boy, what's up? Real time catfishing. John Parker, where were you at when I needed you earlier? I got fish hooked up and got the rock. Needed my good luck charm. John Parker. You wasn't here because it's on your fault.
That's today's bait, Danny.
What you got?
Some carp.
Carp? Yep, I gave Parker a whole bunch of those last night. I got several in that cooler over there. Right now, I'm throwing shad, though.
Size. Starting to figure out how to throw that cast net finally.
Are you? Man, it sure saves a lot of time.
I got 5 carp just about like that one. A couple of them just a tad bit smaller. And I had several shad too. One of them about hand size.
Yep. We threw the, like I said, we were on the way home last night. I stopped through the net. And when I dumped it out on the bridge, Parker's going, man, I don't need that many. And we threw about 3/4 of them back. They're like, man, that's way too many carp.
Yeah, I ended up going and sitting with him for about an hour last night after he caught that flathead.
Yeah.
Just sitting around BSing. You know how he is.
Oh, yeah. He's full of it.
He's a good old boy. I like him.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you ought to come over to Crab Orchard next week.
Next weekend?
Yeah, we're all going to be there. Me, Jerry Parker, Josh Dunnigan, Benoit, Hooks and Hammocks. Old Boy Outdoors is coming up there. There's a bunch of people coming.
Yeah. Might have to check into that. Was it?
Yeah, you're more than welcome, man. Come on over and hang out with us. We're going to be hanging out and fishing. I'll be fishing the whole time I'm there because I'm fishing right at my campsite. I'm just going to step out the door, stick some rod holders in the ground, and throw them out.
You guys going out this weekend?
Do what?
You guys going out this weekend or?
It'll be next weekend.
Yeah. I'll be off work next weekend. I might come up.
Yeah, come over to Crab Orchard, man. A bunch of us going to be there. We're going to have a blast.
Might see what my cousin's doing and tag him along with me. He just got a couple mad cats. Oh, a little bumpy.
Getting hit.
Had a little tiny hit. Yeah, me and another buddy took his boat out and we went and sat behind a wing dike in about a 40-foot hole. And when we first got there, we had quite a few real good hits and they died down real quick. And we went and tried another spot and didn't have much luck last night. trying to make redemption today.
There, Skipjack Cindy. What's up, Cindy?
No, I just got set up.
Yeah, it's fixing to warm up here. It's been kind of cool all morning with that rain and everything. But the clouds went away and that sun's coming out. This humidity's fixing to go through the roof.
It's pretty hot right here, right now.
So I gotta give it maximum effort now. I can't hook up one fish, break it off, and be that's it today, you know.
Yeah.
If
We're
I'd have went about
persistent.
another
We'll
30
make it
minutes
happen.
without a bite, I was probably just gonna pack it in and call it a day. But now that one fish out there's got me stirred up.
Yep.
AR Patriot 776, what's up? There's Sharon Chavez. I ain't said hi to Sharon yet. Welcome in, both of you. Man, I have to put my hands over my glasses like I'm looking through binoculars and get like 6 inches from the screen to even read this stuff.
Yeah.
The glare from the sun behind me is just, I can't see the screen at all now. That's one of the benefits when it was cloudy, though. I can see the screen real easy. No problem.
It's a little cloudy up here.
Well,
Tried
everything that I
raining
had
on us
here was
last
kind of
night.
coming up your way.
Yeah. Let's say it's been raining off and on the last few days.
Well, I checked the radar. It's supposed to be pretty well cleared out of here right now for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's what I seen too. Thought we was gonna get wet last night. Big old cloud came right over us.
Yeah.
Just sprinkled for a minute, so it felt good after that humidity last night. It was hot.
Yeah, we wanted to fish. We wanted to fish the Mississippi down there at Memphis when we was there yesterday. We just never did get the time to do it. We were too busy.
Yeah. Looks like you guys are
I
having a good
brought
time
two.
here.
I brought 2 rods and a whole cooler full of bait with me, but no, we just never did get the opportunity.
Looks like y'all still having a good time though.
Oh man, we had a blast.
Yeah, fishy, fishy. That's traditional, right?
Well, that may have been our only shot at a fish today. I don't know.
Don't say that.
I mean, for me, I'm sure you're going to hook up here in a little bit.
Yeah, I went up on the Missouri a couple times last week and didn't do any good up there.
Really?
Couple little bites, and the second time we went, there was almost no bites at all. And we went 5, 6 different spots. Another buddy of mine's boat. He's Monster Mafia Outdoors on Facebook.
Who is he?
His name's Kyle of Monster Mafia Outdoors.
Okay.
He caught a big old 101 pounder about a month or so ago.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That was right before that that one tournament, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, Parker was talking about that yesterday. Man, come on. I know there's another hungry fish out there somewhere. Parker done left. He's going to catch some bass for supper.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple creeks up there close to his house, man. He's got bass in there. He's got those red horse suckers, and sometimes you can get walleye out of there.
Yeah, that's how the St. Francis is for me back home.
Yeah, man, I ain't fished the St. Francis any this year. I don't think. I don't think I've been over there not one time. And the thing about it is, St. Francis River is closer to me than Mississippi is. Now, the biggest reason I don't fish the St. Francis that much is because I've only got about 3 spots over there where I got phone signal.
Yeah. The spots I go to, I
Yeah,
don't think I have any.
yeah, it's pretty tough over there. I mean,
That's up
it's way back out there in the sticks, man, back in the boondocks.
Yep. Because I live up in Fredericktown, so I come down here to Perryville. This is the closest shot for me to get to the Mississippi. So,
Oh yeah,
but the St. Francis is only about 10 minutes from my house.
yeah, it's about 12 minutes for me.
And it's about a little over an hour to come down here.
Yeah, because I live in between the St. Francis and Mississippi, but the St. Francis is just a little. It's about half the distance as Mississippi for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Cluck fished over there a few years back, and he got a 40-something pound flathead out of there.
Yep. I got one that hunts my dreams from about 10 years ago. Came off my line. Biggest flathead I've ever seen on the end of my line. He's probably
Yeah,
about
St.
25.
Francis got some good flatheads in it.
He was probably 25, 30 pounder. Haunts my dreams, though, man. Biggest one I've caught was like a 14 pounder last year. Up
Well, the
above the arch.
biggest flathead I've caught out of this hole right here in this particular spot was I think it was like 39 pounds, and it was on Pontoon Jody's live channel or her show when she was doing that trifecta channel challenge. You had to catch a flathead, a channel cat, and a blue. And I caught the flathead and the blue. I couldn't get the channel cat. I tried like heck. And normally I catch channel cats like crazy here. But yeah, I managed to hook a pretty decent flathead that night. It was either 39 pounds. I can't remember. But that was on Jody's show on that trifecta challenge when I caught that one. I might have thrown past them rocks with that last cast. I don't know if I got it in them or not. Because normally you throw in them rocks, you get a bite within 5 to 10 minutes. I might have thrown it too far.
Yeah, I caught about a little 8-pound flathead last Saturday from the boat. That was my first one this year.
I think I've only caught like maybe 4 this year. But like I said, biggest one was the 30-pound plus, and I've caught several that were like 6 pounds, and I caught one I think that was let's see, no, I can't remember if that one was 36 or 39. I always flip that last number. Then I caught one that was 12, and then I caught 2 that were around 6 or 7 pounds. So I've caught, yeah, I think I caught like 4 of them this year. But nothing really massive, you know.
Yeah, usually if I catch something with some size, it's a damn gar. Luckily, I've only seen a couple this year on the end of my line. Not too many.
Yeah. Oh, I've caught some big old gar this year. I've caught some big old long nosed gar that were way bigger than they should have been.
I was gonna say the Saturday before last, you caught a couple good ones, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that's a big old gar. I had to wrap the towel around his beak, or what are you gonna call it, and then grab him by the snout. Is the only way I could really get a hold of him, pick him up, and control him. I just put a
Yeah.
bait towel around his head and grab that. Yeah, after them long nosed gar get so big, they start turning like kind of steel gray colored. Let's see. Bill Moss says got a 22-pound flathead yesterday. Video coming out Monday. Heck yeah!
That's awesome, man.
I think that's the one. We've already seen the pictures of it, I think, but they got a video coming out. Hey, Benoit does a killer job on videos, man. Their editing skills are off the chart, man. They were doing like underwater footage when they catch a fish. They'd have the camera there and you'd see them reel and the fish fighting on the line underwater. Man, they did some really cool footage, man. Look, lady, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm just glad it stopped raining on me.
I honestly wouldn't mind a little drizzle right about now.
Yeah, well, I still got a little bit of a breeze blowing. It's kind of helping out.
At least it's nice and cloudy though. There's a little breeze picking up.
Something I've been wanting to try in this spot though is just fish with one rod and set up a float rig and suspend it about 6 or 8 feet down and throw it out there and just let it drift around in that eddy. If you do that, you better fish with one rod though, or you're gonna have a tangled up mess.
Yeah.
And I got a spot right downstream of here that they're loading all that corn and stuff on them barges. I wish I had a place I could get in down there, but that's all fenced off and a bunch of companies on the land between the river and the road. You can't get in there. Man, that'd be a killer spot to get though right now. I guarantee it. Me and Richard have to run down there in a boat sometime. Maybe set up on that spot.
Yeah, up there above the arch, they got one of them grain barges, and that's why everybody calls me Mr. Zepco, because I caught like 8 big old blues back to back to back on it.
Oh yeah, dude. If you can get
About
below when they're loading all that grain, you get downstream of that, you're golden.
every one of them was in the 15 to 30 and a half pounds was the biggest one. Every 15, 20 minutes or so, I just pulled that little Zepco over, though. It was awesome.
Now look at there. We got J Dog in the house. Man, I just don't like where I threw that rod the last time I threw it out. I think I overshot that rock pile. Man, it's just deader than a doornail now.
Yep. I might try to relocate a couple baits here in a minute.
I'm gonna freshen up at least 3 of those rods.
That's what I'm going to do here in just a minute. Hey, grab me a fresh drink anyway. That's what I'm scared mine are going to be too.
Yeah, I figured the first one I tried to pull out, I broke it off because it's hung up in that crap. I'm gonna put that float rig back on that one. Send it out there in that current. Just pull them in and check them one at a time, and then have to retie them every time. Yeah, I should have drove down to Kennett, went to that little conservation lake, and went channel catfishing. Yeah. Yeah, let me get this tied on there and get that rod back out there.
Fishing on credit. No credit. You gonna catch one like that?
Gonna be one of them dates when we go through rigs and weights and all that, and man, it just ain't worth it really. Reeled in that first rod and it was hung up and lost the whole rig. The second one I lost the weight. Not hardly worth it.
All right. Let's see if that barge brings one on.
Man, I ain't hardly got no barge traffic today. I've had what, maybe 3, maybe 4 go by. That's it. But
That's the
last
first one.
weekend they were lined up one behind the other.
First one I've seen today.
It's slow today on them. No, hardly no barges at all.
We had 3 or 4 passes last night in the boat.
All right, let me get this rod back out there. I'm not reeling that other one in now. I'm just not excited about the prospect of losing another rig.
Two of mine I reeled in didn't even have nothing on them. Can't catch them that way.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes when they're just laid up on the bottom and not moving, you just gotta keep reeling in, throwing your rods out until you put it right in front of their face, which is a great plan unless you got like a billion rocks down there with rebar on them.
Well, we got the rocks.
Yeah, like I said, I can't do a whole lot of reeling in here because it just it gets to there's too much lead, too much stuff like that getting lost.
I think it was the end of last year, about November, December. That was the last time I came out to this spot. I had one of the mad cats just get folded over, and I went to go get into it and got up under a big rock. Couldn't get him out. Had to break it off.
Yeah, that happens a lot right here.
He was feel and drag. But I did catch my biggest one out here about 4 years ago. Water was up then, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about it, all these rocks you're seeing along the bank here, them concrete slabs, normally those are underwater. So basically, that's what you're throwing into when the river's at normal stage, when it's at normal level. Yeah, that's what you're throwing into is all that crap right there, all that. Because generally that's underwater. But the thing is, though, same thing's out there. It goes out for at least 50, 60 yards like that. It's just all big concrete slab with wire sticking out of it and everything else.
Yeah, I got a couple carp pieces on the two down there. And I got a couple pieces of shad.
Yeah.
Big old head piece on this one. See
I throwed out carp, I throwed out shad, I thought skipjack. For the last month and a half, the shad, they're still after the shad. I don't get it. Usually this time of year, skipjack is the golden ticket, man. But they just don't want it at all.
Yeah, I got a couple pretty good sized frozen skipjack. Oh, come on, fish.
Johnny Small Pepper, what's up, Johnny? We're having another one of them slow bite Sundays. Slow bite to no bite.
More towards no bite.
What time's getting to be? 2:13. I think I'm gonna give them about 45 more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it if we don't catch nothing.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I've been out here all morning. Well, we'll go 40. Well, it's 2:13 my time. I'm gonna go till 3 o'clock my time. Now, if we catch fish, we're gonna add time to the clock. If we don't, we're gonna call it at 3 o'clock my time.
Sound good to me.
Yeah, sometime this week I go through every one of these rods and take all the giant river hooks off here and the oversized rigs and switch them over to channel cat rigs for next week.
What day are you going out there?
I'm gonna leave work at Friday at noon, and I should be there sometime Friday afternoon. And Jerry Parker's gonna come up there Friday afternoon and fish with me from the bank that evening. And I'm not gonna leave there till Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I'll just take off early Friday and make a whole weekend out of it.
Yeah, I'll be free after Wednesday, so I might come up there Friday.
Well, come on up, man. I'm gonna be at you know where that Blue Heron campground? It's also called the Crab Orchard Boat and Yacht Club. It's got two different names.
I've never been up
I'm
there.
gonna be at campsite. I'm gonna be at campsite 31.
All right. Yeah, I've never been up there.
Oh yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I made sure I booked that campsite specifically because the campsite is out on like a little finger or peninsula sticking out into the lake, and I've got water on three sides of me.
That's
So
awesome.
I can go fishing in pretty much any direction around the camper. Well, this is the second weekend in a row I've showed up here fished on a Sunday. That man, I am just low energy because of you know, doing so much the Saturday before. Like yesterday, traveling with Jerry and Richard, and going down there and they're spending all day, uh, working down there at Memphis and doing all that stuff. And I had to get up extra early to get down there in time. Then we got in late. That's 2 Saturdays in a row. I didn't get no rest before I come out on Sunday. Makes for a boring live stream.
Yeah.
You ain't got no fish biting to keep your energy up, man. It just kills you. Have me some Zornabo hot sauce was pretty good. It was warm. Already over eating all that dadgum hot sauce. Let's see. We'll be re-rigging again this week too, Danny. 3 days of work, pack up gear, the dogs, and we'll be on the road. Nice, Benoit. I would say I'm probably gonna run like 5/0 hooks. I may put 4/0 on a couple of rods, but generally I'm gonna run about 5/0 hooks on there. How much time we got left? Still got 40 minutes to go. 40.
Yeah, time
There may
drags by.
something happen between now and then. We may get on a fish. So these fish over here are weird too because they'll pick a certain time of day that they bite, and you got to find that window. Like last weekend, it was right around 10 o'clock. Between 9 and 10, had a pretty good bite window. And there's some days you come over here because Creole, man, he don't get out of bed early to go fishing. Down there in Louisiana on the Mississippi River where he's at, dude, fish don't start biting until about 1 o'clock. I'm about ready to lay out here and take a nap.
At least do something productive, huh?
Yeah, got a few clouds trying to roll back in on me. They don't look bad though.
Come on, fish.
Ugh. Whew, man, I almost fell asleep. I was sitting there about dozed off, man.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I was sitting there in a chair with that sun shining on me. Got kind of warm. And I just let my eyes kind of ease down a little bit. And next thing I know, my head fell forward and I had to sit up. I'm like, whoa, wow, what happened there? But I almost fell asleep. We'll make up for it next weekend. It's going to be a fun-filled, action-packed weekend. I guarantee it. It's going to be a blast. You're going to see a lot of fish next week. We will be on them. Ugh. Little turtle out there creeping around. He needs gone. Yeah, I'm gonna try to reel Betty in and do something really dumb. I'm gonna throw her right close to the bank down there in the rocks, right where that Eddie's got all that scum floating on top of it. If I can reel her in without breaking her off, we'll see. Yeah, awesome. Didn't lose the rig though. Unless we catch a fish, that's probably going to be the last cast of the day right there. Let's see if that works out for us. I threw that one right in that calm water, right down there at the edge of that eddy, with it stopped swirling, and all the stuff floating on top is in a pile right there. Hey, Bobby, what's up, Jose? What we got left? We got a little less than 30 minutes to go. If we don't catch a fish, we're going to call it good. Got about 26 more minutes. Yeah, if I plan on barbecuing this afternoon, I can't push the time any further than that anyway. I'll be out there in the dark.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go try another spot after we end up, see what happens for a little bit before I head back home.
Man, I just got a hankering for some grilled pork steaks for some reason, you know?
They sound pretty good to me.
Yeah, get you big old. And here's the thing, man. I don't like cooking them on a gas grill. I like doing it on charcoal. Tastes better.
Oh, there's no comparison. Night and day.
Absolutely not. Yeah. But man, get about a 3/4 inch pork steak cooked on charcoal with a little barbecue sauce on there, man. That's good stuff.
Barbecue, anything, you got my attention usually. Yeah, I still got quite a bit of bait anyway, so might as well try and use them. Still got a few carp, a few shad, 2 whole skipjack.
I got a couple of giant skipjack in there and a bag of smaller ones. I'm probably going to pitch some out in the river though when I leave. Just feed them to the fish because I had them packed on ice and took them to Memphis with me yesterday, and they spent the night out there. They stayed on ice packs, but I don't like refreezing them when they've been thawed out that long.
Yeah.
Got pot roast in the cooker. That sounds good. Jordan Dodd, welcome in. We're counting down the minutes now. We're getting there. Yeah, that last cast was our last ditch effort to try to hook onto something that ain't made out of concrete.
Big old carp just jumped out there.
Yeah, I've had, the buffalo will come up and break the surface. It almost looks like a dolphin back coming out of the water.
Yeah.
Man, I've had them buffalo just rolling all around me all morning. They'll come up and break the surface with their back and just kind of dive down.
Somebody on a little boat. First one I've seen today too.
Yeah, that's another thing. I haven't seen anybody on boats today. Nobody's been out in a boat. Well, here's the thing. You think most of the guys that fish over here in their boats, they also deer hunt and archery season. I think archery season opened up this morning.
Yeah.
It might have been yesterday, but I think it was today. So all them guys used out on the boats are out there in the deer woods right now. If they're not in the deer woods, they're heading that way.
Yeah, I had a conservation agent sitting in the parking lot when I pulled up. Got to talking to him and telling him about the channel and doing everything, and he just
Yeah.
looked at my license, and we just talked for a minute and told him he was doing the live, and he drove off.
Yeah, the one we got down here is pretty cool guy too.
But he's probably, like you said, that opening season, he's probably looking for them hunters.
Oh, no doubt.
Been watching them shows on TV. I forget what they're called, but they're pretty good sometimes. Some of the stuff some of the guys do is crazy. Yeah, that's the first boat I've seen all day.
I've yet to see. I ain't seen one yet.
There you go. Now you can.
You know, if you go on the other side of this this patch of land is sticking out here, because like I said, it's a horse. The Mississippi River makes like a horseshoe shape, and that land is in the middle of the horseshoe there. You go on the other side to the Mississippi River on the Missouri side, yeah, you'll see boats going along there because them guys use their boats to get way back up in that conservation department land, and they'll tie their boats up on the bank and go up in there and hunt. But this is all private land along the river on this side. I mean, you got spots you can get down in here and get to the bank and go as far as you want on the bank. Nobody cares. But the land up there is all privately owned by different corporations and stuff. And so there's no hunting there. That's why you don't see boats coming up in here and parking and going up in there to hunt.
Yeah, I've ate a lot of deer, but I've never actually shot one.
Oh God, I've killed hundreds of them. Now the places I go hunt, it's so easy to get them that I don't even hardly gun hunt anymore. I pretty much just stick to my bow. It's just too easy with a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out there in the woods I hunt, if you go out there with the rifle, if you want a deer, you're going to get a deer.
Yeah, went and sat out in the boat for a while last night and got a hold of Parker and went and sat next to the bank with him for a little bit. And got to swapping stories about our last couple catches and stuff.
Yeah, how late did you stay out last night?
About 2:30.
Good God, man.
I know. I didn't get home till almost 4.
Yeah, because he got up at like 1:30 in the morning to come to my house yesterday morning.
Yeah, I worked 6 a.m. to 2, and then around 3 o'clock or so, I headed down this way and met up with my buddy, and we fished till almost midnight, I think, 1 o'clock. It was about 1 o'clock when I got out to Parker, so we sat out there talking for a while. About like right now, not a lot of action.
Yeah. Yeah, see, in the past, there'd be times when Mississippi River when it's just where it's just no action at all. It's dead. No, the bite is gone. In the past, I would always fish the smaller creeks and stuff around my house and just go, chase channel cat, and I could make some pretty good videos catching those channel cat because they're always there. And it'd give me something to do while I was waiting on the fish to start biting on the Mississippi. But man, I've really just stuck to my guns on the river this year. It's been a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
Usually
when I
only
go next
15 minutes.
weekend though, when I go to Crab Orchard, my plan is I'm gonna have to I'm pretty much I had like 2 bags of fish that I caught from Crab Orchard. We done cooked those up and ate them. So I'm gonna be bringing some of those fish home this next trip. We don't stock our freezer full. I usually get like a gallon bag of fillets or maybe 2 at the most, and have those where we can cook a couple of meals with them, and have the kids over and all that. But as far as like going and catching them and filling the freezer up, no, I don't do that. I just like to keep a little bit in the freezer in case I get a hankering for fish that we got some in there to cook. When you eat that up, you go catch some more.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've even had a fish fry.
No, we do it probably about once every month or so. Ugh.
We're getting close.
Said any catching happening? No, Curtis, I ain't caught nothing. I hooked up on one fish and broke him off in the rocks. That's the. I've had a couple little bitty taps that ain't even enough for me to even think about. There's probably just little bitty channel cats pecking at the bait. Then I hooked up on one fish and broke him off in the rocks. Other than that, nothing.
Yep, I've only had a couple little left taps, and that was it.
What time we got? Got about 12 more minutes, and I'm gonna call it. Now I got something that's like 4 feet off the bank, keeps rolling in the water. Might be gar, but it ain't acting like gar. I don't know what that is. I mean, they're right off the bank, just rolling. Could be them caught picking Asian carp. I don't know.
I've seen 3 or 4 carp jump, but they're keeping their distance.
Yeah. There's about 2 dozen buzzards circling in the field over here on the other side of trees from me. It's got my curiosity up. I'll leave down here. I'm gonna drive down and see what they're after. Around this area, you never know. It might be a body somebody dumped.
I hope not.
That's happened before.
Man, I thought one of them buzzards was gonna dive bomb in front of the car coming down here last night on the highway. A big old chunk of something laying in the road, and the car in front of me, he was going straight at the windshield. He flew up at the last second. I was like, holy cow.
Dude, I've seen them where it'd be like a dead animal on the road, and there'd be like a half a dozen of them there pecking at it. And they see you coming in the car, they'll hop off the side of the road, and you drive by, and they'll hop right back out there.
Yeah.
They don't even fly off anymore. They just hop to the side. Ugh. Catch anything yet? Or are you still pulling? I'm pulling a Bobby, Lisa. I fished with Bobby this morning, and he's contagious. I caught it from him. Like I said, I'm gonna be shutting it down here in just a few minutes. I'm ready to go home, fire up the barbecue grill, throw some pork steaks on there, have Stacia mix up some potato salad or something, maybe some baked beans. And get me something to eat and spend the rest of the night laying on the couch. Ugh.
That's what I'll be doing eventually. I'm gonna go walk over to this other spot and try it for a couple hours probably before I
Yeah.
head back.
Yeah, it's really weird how much these catfish are moving too. A few years ago, I was fishing on stand day, and I fished after stand day. I caught a 32 pounder, a couple of 20 pounders, and then I caught that one week I caught the piebald and a 20 pounder. Well, that's when I caught the piebald and the 20 pounder and the 32 pounder. And man, there were fish all in there, man. I was getting all kinds of bites. Me and Richard ran over there the next weekend in the boat, and we scanned 9 miles of river. I mean, we zigzagged back and forth with the graph running, and we saw 4 fish all day long. in 9 miles. But you come around this side over here, and man, they're piled up all on this side of the river. And like last week, they were in here pretty good. I guarantee if you went through there and scanned that, there might be 2 or 3 fish out there, and they're all moved over to a different spot. But I mean, it's bad. I've never seen a time when we can go through this river running that sonar graph and not see just fish everywhere. Now you can go for miles and just see 3 or 4. When I say fish, I mean decent ones that's 20-pounder plus. You'll spot a few smaller ones here and there all over the place.
Yeah.
But they're all like the little 5-6 pounders. But seeing any decent fish that are 20 pounds and up, man, we went 9 miles on the river the other day and only found 4. And then we threw baits right in front of their face and they wouldn't touch it. I can't see that clock in the sunlight. Got about 5 more minutes. You got 5 minutes, fish. 5 minutes to figure it out.
5-minute warning.
5-minute warning, fish. If you want to eat that shad, you better grab it now. Because I fix to pull it out of the water and throw it out. Well, they can eat it anyway because I'm going to throw it back in the river. They're just waiting on me to take the hook out of it before they eat it.
Yep.
Yeah, they are just not interested today at all in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they wasn't last night either.
I haven't checked the see what the barometric pressure is. I mean, it's post front. We had a front come through. Usually they'll bite right before that front comes through.
Yeah.
And depends what it does to the air temperature and the pressure and stuff. It has a lot to do with it. You can come up with 1,000 reasons why you ain't catching them. The point is that they're just not biting. Don't know what's causing it. Don't care. Just knows I don't like it. Ugh.
Yep, definitely ain't no fun.
That's all right. You got to go through these crappy days to get to the good ones. And the good days are coming. Yeah, on days like this, it's slow like this. It's really exhausting to me. This because it's kind of disappointing whenever they don't bite, and you carried all that gear down here, and it seems like it's twice as much work to carry it back out, and when you walk away feeling like you did it for nothing, but at the same time, like I always say, man, I just love spending time on the river. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot less pressure before YouTube. You come down here if you want to catch anything you didn't care, you just lay down on the bank and chill out. But now when you got this camera rolling, man, you're kind of like, oh, come on. If it's just me, I wouldn't care at all.
Yeah, at least one would have been nice. Big old splash that time.
I heard it.
He was out there a good ways too.
Yeah, he had to be pretty loud for me to hear it, because I'm hard of hearing. I mean, if I hear a fish splash on your screen, he splashed pretty loud. All right. Let me get this set up here. That's 3 o'clock. I'm going to turn this camera around. There we go. Well, man, I appreciate you coming up and hanging out with me. It eased some of the pain anyway.
Hey, I'll help you. No problem.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. I'm going to go solo screen, tell these people bye, then I'm going to go home, cook me a pork steak, man. I've had all I can take of this today.
Yeah, I don't think I've got much longer in me, but it's been good talking to you.
Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Sorry we didn't get on nothing. We did hook up on one fish and, of course, lost it in the rocks. That's one thing I hate about this place. But it's also something I love about this place because, I mean, it's a challenge, It is a lot more fun when the fish are biting. You get hung up a lot, but you catch, you catch a few and get them out of them rocks. Man, that's just icing on the cake, doing it like that. You go into a tough condition and come out successful, it makes you twice as proud of what you've accomplished. But, we go through these sucky days. We got to do it. I do it. You do it. Everybody else does it. And we wait for the days that we all dream of when the catfish are biting, the rods are bending, and we're having a great, 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 great time. Hopefully, that'll be next weekend. You guys make sure you keep your eye out for us. There'll be several of us, I'm sure, going live throughout the week. Chris and Telly are going to be at the lake on Wednesday. They're going up early. Benoit, they're going up Thursday. I'll be there Friday, and the rest of everybody else is going to be pulling there Friday and Saturday. We'll have several people going live or shooting videos, something for you guys to watch. I guarantee it. I'm really looking forward to it, without a doubt. I mean, it's you're going to a lake where you're chasing channel cats, so you're kind of like, well, that I'm not going to pull out a 80 or 60, 70 or 80 or 90 pound blue cat. But you know what, man? There ain't nothing I love more than go out there and chasing them channel cats on that lake because they are like torpedoes when you hook them. And they fight. I'm talking about 8-pound channel cat on that lake fights like a 20 or 30 pound blue cat. I mean, they are tough. And it's going to be fun. We'll do our best to put on a great show for you guys next weekend. So be looking forward to that. And you guys be keeping your eyes open and looking for that. Whoo! I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I'm ready to go. You know how it is. Let's do it. Let's do it right. You're my brothers, you're my sisters, you're my catfish family. God bless each and every one of you. Because you know that Danny Stone loves you. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We'll do better next time. God bless you. We love you. Bye.